Hello investors, this is Vinny Sharma. I'm working and practicing as an independent financial advisor in the industry for almost like past 7 years. And we are running a firm with a name called Wealth Rich. My purpose for today's interaction is to make you understand what is the importance of financial education, which is exactly lacking in our society. We as a firm, we believe and we have already been doing these sort of efforts in the past as well. We'll try to give you such more content and informational videos in near future. Planning to invest in mutual funds for the first time, we help debunk 5 myths related to the mutual funds investments. Myth number 1: we invest through mutual funds and not into mutual funds. Mutual funds are exactly facilitators, people who are not very much aware about the equity and debt markets and find some difficulties in investing may go to the mutual funds and ask for help. Now, mutual fund will enable you to invest directly into the markets, helps in diversification of your money, and multiplies your wealth with smart investing. Myth number 2: it is better to invest in a mutual funds with a lower NAV. Now, new investors often gets confused with a term called NAV or net asset value, and they wonder whether they should go for a purchase for a higher NAV funds or a lower NAV funds. Now, mutual funds NAVs are exactly prices, market prices or value of all its assets minus its liabilities. Now, we believe a mutual fund with a higher NAV or a lower NAV is actually irrelevant to the investor. For example, suppose we invest in 2 schemes having an identical portfolio. Now, one scheme which has been around for a while would be having a higher NAV in comparison to a scheme which is the recent one would be having a lower NAV. Now, if somebody invests in these 2 schemes, a scheme with a higher NAV, an investor would receive less number of units in comparison to a scheme where NAV is less, the investor would receive high number of units. Ultimately, both schemes would deliver you the same returns, reason being as an appreciation or depreciation of the investment. Myth number 3: past returns are actually the reflection for the future performance. Now, we often read in so many mutual funds articles where it is advised that you should not select a mutual funds only based on past performance. Now, past performance is actually not the indicator for the future performance. Now, by performance, many of the people usually imply returns. And returns and past performances, actually there are so many other factors as well apart from the returns, and returns is only one of them is a factor. Now, mutual funds are subject to market conditions, and returns prevailing in last 1 or 2 years may or may not prevail in next 1 or 2 years. So short term returns can be very much misleading, and it would not be considered as a correct indicator for the future performance. Myth number 4: some funds are good, some funds are bad. Now, in India, almost like 40 mutual fund companies working here. Now, each company is having hundreds and thousands of schemes. Each scheme is having different asset allocations of debt and equity, different risks levels and different strategies. Now, finding a good scheme is a myth. Rather, you should go and find it out the suitable or the right one. Now, each and every scheme has been meant for somebody. Myth number 5 and the final one: when is the exactly time your mutual funds would start delivering you the returns? Now, many of the investors I have personally experienced that they tend to invest with a longer horizon, ends up judging a funds with a shorter spans. Now, this makes investment so much confusing. Compounding is the key. Compounding works everywhere, works in each and every different products. Now, if I would be comparing 2 products, one is like FD, fixed deposit, is having a quarterly compounding. On the other end, any of the equity related instruments would be having a daily compounding. Now, any product which would be having more number of compounding cycles, the money would be reinvested at the faster pace. Now, the corpus created by the mutual funds would be much higher in comparison to the corpus created by the fixed deposit with the same tenures. I would personally suggest you that if you are entering into the equity or other equity related instruments or any of the mutual funds, equity mutual funds, you should park your money with a minimum time span of 5 to 7 years. Thank you so much investors for watching our video. Hope you liked it. We will come back with some more financial education initiatives like these. Till then, don't forget to press the bell icon for more updates. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.